Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. I'm coming to you from the grounds of Sydney University on this wet old Sydney autumn morning. And what I'd love to do today is go through a book. And the book that I've selected for today's episode is entitled Zorba the Greek, a book that was published back in 1946 by the famous Greek author Nikos Kazantzakis. This book is a fiery, soul-stirring novel that pulses with life, passion, and the raw beauty of the human existence. Set on the sun-drenched island of Crete in Greece, it tells the story of an unlikely friendship between a reserved, bookish writer and a wild, larger-than-life man named Alexis Zorba. The young writer arrives in Crete to reopen an abandoned ligamite mine, bringing Zorba on as his foreman. From the moment they meet, Zorba's energy is indeed electric. He's a man who lives fully in every moment, dancing with abandon, laughing loudly, loving fiercely, and facing life's challenges with unshakable courage. His zest for life is indeed contagious, and he quickly becomes a mentor to the writer, pushing him and helping him break free from his overthinking of the past and overindulgence in the future. And he gets him to learn how to embrace the world with open arms, to grab every moment with his 10 fingers, with his 2 hands, and with those open arms, and embrace them close to his soul. Together, they dive into a series of adventures, running the mine, building a cable car, and navigating the complexities of love and loss in a small Cretan village. Zorba's philosophy is very simple, but very, very profound. Life is not meant to be analysed or to be controlled. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to be felt and experienced in all of its messy and its glorious intensity. Kazantzakis' writing is vivid and alive, painting a picture of Crete that feels almost tangible. The rugged landscapes, the salty sea air, the vibrant rhythms of village life. Through Zorba, the novel becomes a celebration of freedom, resilience, and the unbreakable human spirit. Through Zorba, we indulge in a story that grabs you by the heart and by the soul and doesn't let you go, not even for a second, reminding us of the joy and the beauty that comes from living boldly and authentically. Zorba the Greek is more than a novel. It's the ultimate experience. It's a story that stays with us, urging us to dance when the music plays, to laugh when the moment calls, to cry when we have to and the emotions overwhelm us, and to live with the kind of passion that Zorba himself would have approved of. If you've ever felt the pull between caution and courage, between thought and action, this very book will indeed inspire you to choose to live your life with gay abandon every single time. What a beautiful, beautiful book. A book that captures the Greek spirit. And for me, the most important lesson here is where we look at the fact that Zorba lived in the moment. He wasn't preoccupied. He wasn't distracted by his past, his history, his mistakes. He didn't allow any of those things to define him. So that in itself is a huge lesson, because many people say that if you spend too much time living in your past, anchored to your past, and focused on your past, then chances are, if your past hasn't been ideal, then you're going to be living with depression and regret. And on the other end of the spectrum, if you're not living in the moment like Zorba, and you're thinking and preoccupied by looking into the future, overthinking things and worrying about your future, then once again science reminds us that people who spend too much time worrying and living in the future, they're going to be suffering from another mental illness called anxiety, and living with panic and worrying about things that may never ever eventuate. The beauty that Zorba the Greek brings to us is the realisation that life is meant to be lived. Fair enough, you can have 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future, but your weight, your focus, your attention needs to be in the present moment, because that's all we really have. The present moment, the eternal now, is something that we have, and it's a gift from God. If you spend too much time distracted by the past and the future, then you're going to miss out on the now. So your life is never, ever going to be better. And the other point that comes from this book for me is the importance of understanding that everybody is different, but we're all different from each other, so that we can be different for each other. We need to embrace our neighbour. We need to serve God with all our heart, mind and soul, to glorify God, and to love our neighbour as we love ourselves, because our relationships with other people is what define who we are, and we're all going to have a different past, We're all going to live a different present, and we're all going to live a different future. But along the way, we have the opportunity to enjoy life, to have gratitude, and to understand that we can't control anything. All we have is the ability to express our love, our wonder, and our appreciation and gratitude for what God has gifted us. Yasas, take care, and live like Zorba.